Welcome back, crafty friends. This is day 17 of the Follow a Sketch February that Sandy from State Goddess is hosting this month. And today's sketch, let's see, is by Ashley Smith from the Scrap Room. And I decided to use some 49 and Market product from a couple different collections, and I'm scrapbooking a few pictures of my husband and I in the pool last summer in Las Vegas. And so I loved how the color of this paper went from the blue ombre to the green. And to help my pictures pop the colors that are actually in the pictures, that I did use that ombre paper to mat a black piece of paper. And then I'm going to put that entire section on this black and white floral paper, which was from a different 49 and Market collection. And because I love this paper so much, I did decide to go ahead and gut it so I could use that little section for photo matting or possibly on another layout. So I did go ahead and get that, and now I'm going to try and lay out some of the things that I have pulled out from my various 49 and Market collections. And this, you can see that it was a little too long, so I did cut it in half, and then I glued it back together so it was essentially close to the same height. It didn't have to be exactly, because I was piecing everything together and kind of making it look like different layers. And but I did need it to not be quite so long, so I did cut that in half. And now I pulled out those two frames with the tabs, and while my pictures do not fit exactly in there, that I decided to overlap the frames, and that way that the pictures can go all the way out to the outside and meet in the middle and cover up where the frames actually meet together. So just because my pictures were not the size of those frames doesn't mean that I couldn't make them work for my layout. Also, you can see that I had a gap up there at the top where my two pink pieces didn't match, and so I just pulled a scrap piece of paper that essentially matched those same shades of pink to fill in that gap. And really, most of it is covered up. It just needed to not be that black sticking out from the back part of the layout. And so here I'm starting to glue my embellishment cluster together, and I am using some older washi tape that I've had, and I've used it several times, and now I don't have much of the papers left, and so I am just using it as extra. And here is another set of washi tape that I have a lot of, and I'm just using it to secure the papers to each other just to add some additional stability. And I add my main section of my large photo mat to the back of the layout. And here I start bringing back in my pictures and that top section where my photos are going to be, and start gluing things down. And now that I have all that together, I'm going to start, oh, here I guess I do decide to go ahead and glue that down because everything else is going to go on top of that section of the photo mats. And so I have that blue little frame set there, and that matches the blue at the top of that ombre paper, and it coordinates really well with the color of the sky as well. And so I had this Best Moments, and I actually think that was from the Spice collection that came out in the fall, but it had some of those really pretty pinks in it. And it still coordinates with a lot of these summer colors as well. And so here I'm just putting together some of my foam bits and pieces to lift my title piece there that says best moment. And we were just staying cool in the pool and enjoying some nice beverages, and it was a pretty nice moment. And so here I have a couple more frames to add and kind of build out 2 additional embellishment areas. And so I did decide to make some sequin pockets or shaker pockets with some sequins in the larger square ones. First, I do go ahead and back those stamped little frames here with 2 different shades of pink paper. This one I use the front, so it's a lighter variation of that pink. And then this other one towards the top, I do use the back of that paper, which is a little bit darker shade. And just getting all of that stuck down. And so that's going to be another base piece for this embellishment area. And so here I'm going to show you what not to do when you make a shaker pocket. And honestly, I can't even tell you how many times I have done this, that I start to put the dimensional adhesive down around the frame and realize that I haven't put my acetate down to cover the front of my shaker pocket. So there you can see my hands going, I forgot. So I tear off the dimensional adhesive there, and I'm trying to salvage them to see if I can use them again. And so I pull up my 1/8 inch tear tape and go around the frame, and that really holds the acetate down really well when you're making shaker pockets. And you can use acetate, or sometimes I've even been known to use like the packaging from my embellishments that I just keep a little stack of that as needed if I can't find my acetate to make a shaker pocket. So here I did manage to salvage one of the pieces of foam tape that I had used before I remembered to put my acetate down. And so now here I'm going to go in and make my second shaker pocket, and this time I do remember to put the acetate down to make my front window before I add the dimensional adhesive. So yay me! Anyway, so I'll put my acetate down, and then I'm going to come back, and I've had this little sequin mix that I'd made for another shaker pocket, and the remnants that were left over that didn't fit, I just put into a tiny baggie, and it actually worked great with this layout. And then I just pulled out a few more pink sequins from a different sequin mix. And those I actually got from Spiegel Mom Scraps, if you haven't checked them out. It's a small online company that primarily just sells sequins, and they make really cool mixes. And it's just kind of fun to have and add to your layouts once in a while to add a little shine to it. So I get the sequins within my well that I've created with the dimensional adhesive, and then I did just cut some additional scraps off of that piece of paper that I've been using, and because sometimes I use vellum on the back of my shaker pockets, but since these were going to be sitting halfway on that black paper and halfway on this the lighter black and white floral paper, that I didn't want that variance behind, and so I did actually back this with a solid paper. And so here I'm just finishing building out my clusters that I pull out some sticker sheets from my stash that were, I believe, mostly from Vicky Booten. The 2 little palm trees. I've got this chipboard word that I just pulled out that says it's all good, and those sunglasses. And now I'm just kind of finishing looking through to see if there's anything else I might want to add. And then I go through and get most of that stuck down. I do find another word sticker that says love this, and I believe that was from a really old Paige Evans collection that I've had. And just glad to get another sticker used from that sticker sheet. And I pull off a little blue camera sticker and put it on the O just to kind of add some additional interest to that title. And since we're in the pool, I added that it's a puffy sticker that looks like a little splash, and then I used one of those, I don't know what kind of leaf it is, a monstera leaf or something along those lines, but a leafy bit on the other side. And oh, I found a sticky or a puffy sticker that looks like a fancy drink that kind of matches what we are having in the pool. And I'm just still digging through my stash looking for things, and I think I've decided that that's about enough, and I'm going to go ahead and get everything stuck down. And get that stuck down in the lower left side. And I wasn't sure how good the adhesive was left on that epoxy geo sticker, so I did go ahead and add a little bit of adhesive on that, and you can see it did kind of ooze out from behind it, but the deluxe adhesive that I'm using, it dries glue, so you won't even know that that was there. And then I did go ahead and find a sticker from out of the Tim Holtz, it's like snarky comments or something. And I don't remember what this one says, but it was, yeah, I just thought it added a funny touch to the kind of day that, oh, I think it said something along why limit happy hour or drinking to an hour or something about happy hour limited to just 1 hour. So, because this was pretty much a day-long laying at the pool. So that's my kind of day on a vacation, is pool time, a book, some drinky drinks, and just relax. So, then now I'm going to move on to some additional mixed media. So this is a Lindy's spray, and when you get it from this company, that actually comes in a powder, and you mix in the water and shake it up, and it actually is very shimmery, as you can see there. And so I added it to the black, and you can see it quite well there. And then I did add some splatters around on the white as well, and that pretty much wraps up my layout. So if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.